a.m. You glance around slowly. It's 3 a.m. The air feels heavier. The house sounds different. Every little noise feels louder. Some people call this the witching hour. Others call it the devil's hour. Where did the 3 a.m. myth or theory come from? Let's separate myth from documented history. The idea of the witching hour did not originally belong to 3 a.m. specifically. In European folklore, the witching hour loosely refers to midnight, a time when witches, the supernatural, demonic entities were believed to be most active. And in many early references, this was actually attached to midnight, not 3 a.m. The association with 3 a.m. actually started later, largely within Christian theological interpretations. In Christian traditions, Jesus is believed to have been crucified around 3 p.m. Some later demonology traditions believed that 3 a.m. was the mocking hour, the symbolic opposite of what is considered the holy hour, 3 p.m. But it is important to note that this is theological symbolism, not biblical scripture. The Bible itself does not state that 3 a.m. is an hour in which demons becomes most active. The idea grew through medieval superstitions, Catholic mystical traditions, later horror fiction, and modern paranormal media. By the 20th and the 21st century, horror movies and paranormal television reinforced 3 a.m. as the hour, and it became culturally embedded. Now here's where it gets interesting. Between roughly 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., your body temperature is at its lowest. Melatonin is high, cortisol is low, alertness is reduced. However, anxiety can increase. This is when sleep paralysis is most likely. Night terrors occur. Hypnagogic and hypnopompic hallucinations can happen. And you're also at your most vulnerable of interpreting sounds. If you wake up at 3 a.m., the house isn't loud. It's quieter, which means that every single noise in the house can be heard. The fridge hums, the pipes contract, the floors expand. Dogs bark in the distance, and your brain fills in the gaps. Add darkness, cultural expectation, horror movies, and suddenly 3 a.m. feels charged. But here's the key. There is absolutely no scientific evidence to suggest that 3 a.m. is at the height of paranormal activity. However, in paranormal culture, 3 a.m. is the devil's hour, the witching hour. Why? Investigators noticed that it is quiet. Environmental interference is low. There is far less traffic. There are fewer noises outside, which means EVPs are far more reliable. So ironically, 3 a.m. is the perfect time to investigate due to environmental factors, not the paranormal. Now this is my personal opinion. I do not believe that 3 a.m. has anything to do with the paranormal. I do not believe that it plays a factor in paranormal. In my time being part of a paranormal investigations team, the Upside Down Paranormal, please subscribe to their channel. We've investigated paranormal at practically any time of the day, whether it was 3 p.m. in the afternoon, whether it was 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and whether it was 4 in the morning. And what I've noticed is that it didn't matter what time we were there. I've experienced groans at 4 in the afternoon. While at 3 a.m. in the morning, we've experienced no evidence. And if there is something beyond our understanding, I doubt it's checking the clock. But I will say this, 3 a.m. does feel different. Not because of demons necessarily, but because of us. The 3 a.m. theory didn't come from scientific evidence. It grew from folklore, theology, fear, and storytelling. It became part of horror culture. And whether demons are clocking in at 3 a.m. for their shift is something no one has proven. Maybe the witching hour isn't about spirits. Maybe it's about vulnerability. Because at 3 a.m., when the world is asleep, you are alone with your thoughts. And sometimes, maybe that's the scariest thing of all. I am 14th Avenue Haunting, and if you enjoyed this video about theories, please subscribe to my channel and I will see you in the next one. Have a spooky day.